We're going to go over our legal news section, and we're specifically going to be talking about a lot of things that some of our precious celebrities are going through right now, or Alec Baldwin, 50 Cent, and a few others.
Okay, so it's safe to say that this is basically our celebrity edition, episode 3. Is that correct?
Exactly.
So Alec Baldwin in 2021, he's doing his scene and he shoots somebody on purpose. He's an actor. They give him a gun to shoot somebody. And horrifically, the cinematographer dies of a fatal bullet wound. And the prosecutor in New Mexico charges him with involuntary manslaughter. When that first came out, I was like, terrible accident. I don't know all the facts, but gosh, you're charging him with a pretty serious crime. And then it turns out that they dropped the charges, but now the charges are back again. And Alec Baldwin recently has pled not guilty to involuntary manslaughter. Is this the right charge? Is this a publicity stunt by the prosecutor, or what do we think? The guy's an actor. You hand him a gun. Clearly, he doesn't really intend to shoot anybody. Let's take a look at our elements of involuntary manslaughter in the state of New Mexico. What is the main element?
So in New Mexico, the standard for involuntary manslaughter is that you have to act in a reckless manner which may cause the death of another person.
An example, that's if you're going to go drive a car and you blindfold yourself and you have a 6-pack and you just start driving the car down the road and you kill someone. That's obviously involuntary manslaughter.
There's a lot of he said, she said, right, about whether he was told the gun was cold or not. If he was told that the gun was cold, that there was nothing wrong with it, that it was just firing blanks, then yeah, I unless there's something, he was doing something crazy, like just walking around on set, pointing it at everyone, knowing it was a real gun, and pulling the trigger on blanks.
In New Mexico, 4th-degree felony punishable by 18 months in prison and a $5,000 fine. I don't think Alec Baldwin is worried about the $5,000, but he certainly doesn't want to get 18 months in prison. And to me, someone who doesn't know all the facts, I think he's getting a raw deal. It's a tragedy for certain, but I don't think we need to exacerbate the matter by putting people in prison. So 50 Cent is playing in LA at some arena, and he gets so frustrated that the mic doesn't work. He just chucks the mic off stage and hits somebody in the head. And she's bleeding from her forehead. She later goes to the hospital, says she has a concussion and she has these long-lasting symptoms. And she sues 50 Cent for negligence in the state of California. So what do you think? 50 Cent negligent or not negligent?
Absolutely negligent. The average microphone weighs about 3.5 pounds. So this is not as light as people would think it is from looking at it on the stage if you haven't held one. And he just throws it out there. It's just the standard. We'll go over the exact elements of this tort here later. But if you're going around throwing a microphone into a crowded group of people, it doesn't matter if you intend to hit a specific one. You're probably going to hit someone, and it's reckless. It's completely reckless. Yeah, so negligence is a tort. First, there needs to be a duty that exists from one person to another. There needs to be a breach of that duty. The action of the person who breached it needs to directly cause damages of the other person. Those are the elements there.
50 Cent's argument was she was in a restricted zone where she wasn't supposed to be. So maybe that's the microphone throwing zone. And she was in the line of fire and she stepped into that zone. Maybe.
I don't buy that.
We've got a clear breach of the duty.
She's asking for lost wages, hospital bills, and then emotional distress and probably other things too.
Hopefully she's okay. There you go. All right. So George Carlin's estate, because we've established that he's dead, sued these podcasters. They decide it's going to be awesomely funny to have AI generate a George Carlin stand-up comedy. They find all these stand-up episodes loaded into AI. I listened a little bit. Some of it was pretty funny. The estate sues the podcasters for copyright infringement. So we're back into the realm of all these AI cases. There's similar cases. Sarah Silverman sued, saying the AI bot synthesized all my material, took my book, regurgitated, violated my copyright. There's a New York Times case currently pending where the Times is saying AI is taking all of my articles and all of the Times articles. AI's defense is, I'm not violating copyright. I'm using it as a fair use. As lawyers, by the way, we take other lawyers' works. I might read a scholarly article that's clearly copyrighted by another lawyer. I might read that article, read another article, do some additional research, and then create my own individual work. That's not copyright infringement. That's
Mhm.
what AI's defense. I think the Supreme Court or the legislature is going to have to step in here because this is unprecedented what's going on. We've never had this happen before. They're going to have to step in here and make new law